Scuttlebutt for the past 48 hours is that Capcom is fucked, but I'm here to tell you that no, Capcom is not fucked. They're beyond fucked. Post-fucked, even. Capcom is going up like a bag of dry leaves at a Great White concert. The company that has suffered from the longest, most virulent case of corporate cuntbag syndrome in the history of Eastern medicine is at last beginning to succumb to said illness. If you want the details, fuck you, I'm not Colin Moriarty. Your first clue that I'm not him should have been when 5 seconds after this video started rolling, bulbous wildebeest turds didn't come sliding out of my fucking mouth hole. Read the goddamn article for yourself. But if you do happen to mosey on down to said article, do yourself a favor, pause for a moment, scroll the fuck down, and take a deep, bracing breath of that conglomeration of pants-shitting fucking stupidity they call a comments section. Breathe that retardation in deep. Let it sink into the pores of your psyche, because that shit has more speculators than a retro game auction on fucking eBay. Who will purchase Capcom? They wonder aloud, at least those of the fucking troglodytic tribe that can actually form full fucking English words, that is. And while I fully understand the speculatory impulse, permit me to voice in the obvious. Whoever buys Capcom buys their debt, too. And in case you haven't been paying attention over the past decade and a half, these motherless whores have rung up more debt than a Powerball addict with a blow problem. There's no market for failure, folks. Just ask the Vita. I get that franchises like Street Fighter, Mega Man, Final Fight, and Captain Commando have value, even if Capcom themselves don't seem to fucking concur. But how much value are we talking here exactly? As a Hollywood star, Marilyn Monroe had value. But she was also worth a fuck of a lot more in the some like it hot, some like it from behind from a shitty president who's remembered more fondly than he should be because he died young era than she ever was actually worth in the used up post-Playboy era. Sure, you can fanfucks had to break out the jizz mops when Cammy in a unitard and a fucking Ultraman mask was revealed for Ultra Street Fighter 4 Deluxe Director's Final Money Trap Version Edition, and to Capcom's eternally shrinking, perpetually concussed half-wit audience, that constitutes a big reveal. Let me tell you something. After 31 flavors of shitty Street Fighter 4 reskins, not to mention the 45 caliber ass fucking was Street Fighter X Tekken, at this point the only thing I'd consider a big reveal is that the mere act of cracking the game box open triggered a real-life Cammy lookalike in a skin-tight onesie to emerge from the disc tray and blow me. At least then there would finally be a Street Fighter game with a decent fucking ending. So frankly, I don't give a fuck who buys these puckered assholes. Fuck, at this point I could probably buy them. Hey, Capcom, here's a smattering of pocket lint, and I think I have $5 in Monopoly money laying around. Hand over Breath of Fire, please. I'm Razor Fist. No, seriously, hand over Breath of Fire.